Hey guys, so obviously I'm back with another episode of CT Specialist, and here we'll be looking at Device and how he AWPs Inferno. He obviously AWPs both sides of the map. Any decent team is good at moving their AWP around and having them in different locations. I would however say his favourite spot, or their favourite setup with the AWP is to leave Device at the banana around the old car area near the barrels up here. And yeah, they leave him there with full confidence and often rotate 4 players off to the A site. So another thing you need to know is almost every round, pretty much every round they can with the utility and stuff, Australis will try and take deep banana control. So as we see here, this time they have multiple ways of doing it. But this round, so here's the picture, so there's an A Device just through a molly, as you can see there. The Device is just going to slowly peek this and eventually smoke it off. They have other ways of doing this with more utility usage, but I guess they felt confident that Device would peek this, and you see Zipex has rotated off to the A site. So they leave Device here, he just clears it out because they didn't molly this left hand side, and then he falls back to the car. And the reason he does this is it's very easy for him to escape. If he misses a shot, gets flashed off, he can fall off to the next corner, and he doesn't risk his life really. Here he considers rotating off, but he actually comes back. So what happens in here is you can see Virtus Pro's utility is pretty bad here. They have no way to flash him off. So this is the scenario. This is why they leave him here. For when this kind of thing arises, he can just lock it down like he's about to. You see here, he gets a couple of kills. So this is basically best case scenario for Australis is when this happens, when they leave him at the barrels. It's the 1 kill, another kill. Obviously nice shots. Another kill. I mean, it's just easy pickings at this point. I mean, that's it there. I'll just flick over quickly, like that's obviously pretty simple. You guys not much to analyze there, but I'll quickly flick over to when he does get flashed off and how he responds and how his movement back to the side is and how he stays safe and just keeps his team in the round really. Okay guys, so obviously here, this is the second clip I started to talk about, how Device ends up getting flashed off and falling back to B. So he starts going towards A. He's just going to fire off this AWP shot, basically just to sell that he's here at A. And what you see here, they've had 3 players here, Dupree's rotating back, Glaive and Zipex have been here, and they've mollied down, forcing FaZe back. You see here, they've smoked it, they've got control of it. As you can see, Device is coming back over now, and again, full confidence from him to hold this. As soon as they know, everyone rotates back off and he's back up here, just holding this. Full confidence here. I mean, he just ends up holding for a while, so I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit until here we go. So basically he's going to get, I think he ends up missing this one. He doesn't actually get flashed off, he misses, but he falls back and just stays alive, which is the most important thing here. He gets the info. See, Zipex is clearly in a rotate position, just holding the arch with the other 3 teammates on A site. So they're just in a rotate. So this is just, he's just grabbing info. That's what he's going to see here. Probably should have hit that, maybe. But he just falls back. Nothing really lost. They have the info, so Zipex knows he has to come back. They almost saw it. See, I'll talk about this in a bit, but Device, he falls back to new box. He doesn't like to be trapped outside the action. So I'll talk about what I mean by that exactly in a second. So he doesn't end up getting any kills, but he's a huge part of the distraction, and Zipex just gets to go to work pretty much. And that's it, shut down. Basically just him getting information and falling back, staying alive, safe, just delaying. Zipex can rotate in. Glaive also ends up rotating in the end. It's just smart CS, not overcommitting, and he never really puts himself at a huge amount of danger. And this is common for Device over all maps and how he AWPs. He's never putting himself in crazy situations. He's just always in control and always pretty much he's just going for info, and it's hard to kill him. He doesn't normally overcommit too much. So I'm just going to jump in now and talk about what I meant when I was talking about he likes to be part of the action, he doesn't like to be outside of it, and the way he rotates back into the B site. Okay, so what I meant before with Device, he never puts himself in danger on the B site. So I mean, this kind of angle here, it's going to take, up here, it's going to take some kind of godly peek to kill him here. If it's just a dry peek, he's not really in any danger. He's probably one of the best AWPers in the world. No one's really going to out-peek him here very often. So he gets here, the guy peeks, just falls back, throws this flashbang to delay, something similar to that, and he can just fall back. He could hold this corner, but he is at danger of getting double peaked or something here. So he prefers to just fall back, get the info, and Zipex come back. Now, one thing you notice about the device, I'll go over this in the A site when I look at that, it doesn't come back to a spot like this. And or he doesn't really like rotating back to here unless he knows he has a lot of support on site. The reason for this is he likes to be in the match. He doesn't want to be trapped outside. So you think, obviously, smokes here are very standard 2 smokes if they decide they want to come. Device is here. He gets this one shot, and then he's trapped. He's out. He's not in the action anymore. He's out. He wants to be part of the action. He's out of the action. He can't help his teammates. Zipex with on site. Same thing for here. It's going to be very hard for him unless he wants to do something crazy. And it's not like if he misses the shot, he's obviously going to die. If he tries to run across here, same here. Any team's going to get him. If he peeks this and then tries to do something crazy, he's not going to get it. So you'll notice, well, you won't notice, but after watching quite a few demos, he comes to new box, holds an angle like this. This one, because that's you saw that one in the last clip, quite common. Something like this, where he's not going to be trapped outside the action. He can influence the round and help out whoever rotates in. Dark, I say new box is definitely his favourite spot. Again, dark can be mollied and you're a little bit more trapped here, whereas new box is quite good for jiggling around. So that's about it, just the way he falls back, never in danger, and how he likes to stay in the action and not be trapped outside with his AWP with smokes, and that's how he positions himself. So I'm just going to jump onto some demos of the A site, and then I'll run over that and how he AWPs the A site and stuff he does there. So device AWPing the A site, he normally does the same thing pretty much every time. So he'll peek down middle, and either if he thinks they're on an eco, he'll peek all the way down to the stairs, otherwise he will just peek down to the Mexican kind of angle just off the wall here. It's like this because he knows they're on a buy. Again, doesn't overstay his welcome, likes to stay safe. As always, device very safe AWPer. He comes back and just holds this angle, the molly there. No one's going to push him close. He knows he's good. Falls back, throws his own smoke here, and then peeks this boiler. And this is really common for him. He loves to peek this boiler angle after he's smoked out. Ends up getting him a kill. Yeah, and he ends up rotating back around a dig. Doesn't stay on the arch side. I'll just cover why that is in a second. And he ends up rotating in to hold the boiler with Dupree here, supporting him. So Dupree starts a flash and a smoke, ends up smoking middle, and device can comfortably hold this boiler if they decide they want to peek it. Now they don't end up going, an IP don't end up going towards B, so I'll just cover why device starting here, this area here likes to rotate all the way around and doesn't like to stay at this kind of corner. So the first thing is obviously he takes his peek into boiler, strong angle, ends up getting a kill. When obviously only when the smoke's down here, so he can't get peeked from middle. Then he doesn't fall to here, as many of you might think he would, or some players definitely do. And that's because if you're here and you get pushed on relatively quickly with some flashes, your only fallback option is here onto the what is this called? The archway. And the reason this is no good is, again, as I pointed out on the B site, is they can smoke you off. The 2 smokes that we just saw here on the B site, they can cut you off. If you fall back here, you're stuck playing this angle or trying to come around to library, and again, the 2 smokes here, he's cut off from the action. So he likes to fall back to at least this angle here, where he can see down here if he needs to, but he can also move out a little bit, look towards lane side, but also look into the apartments with angles like this. And this allows him to help out with any take. If they do a lane apps take or something, then he can shut it down. He can be a huge part of that. Often by this point, if he looks down here and there is a take coming in, whoever's in from the B will come. They'll be able to play this angle if it's not smoked off and watch this or whatever. But obviously he can jiggle between the 2. So I'm just going to go on that round. Nothing really happened, but if I move on now to round 27, we'll show exactly what happens when he does do the movements out there and how they can be a huge help to his team. So what's this, around 25, 26, it's around 27. So device, speed this up quickly. Again, we'll do the same thing as before. His middle peak, obviously they're on a buy again, not a very good one in IP, but they are on a buy with utility. Flashes over and he just peeks that side. Again, not overstaying his welcome, staying safe, doesn't really risk giving himself up. Holds his smoke, obviously he knows the timing of when they can get there. Same peeking it as last time. Ends up seeing someone, gets the good info though that they're in the apps, and he ends up rotating around again. not sticking around. He comes to this spot here, this wrap side position, and we'll just see what I've talked about. How he's in the action. He's not out of the action here. He doesn't have a big long rotate, and there we go. He gets one kill. Pretty much locks down lane by himself. And there's another one. I mean, it's a really simple cleanup. But yeah, obviously they didn't do some kind of A split there, but that could be a problem. Obviously, I was talking about he doesn't want to get excluded out of the action, because if they do an A split and he's outside here, he's really left his two teammates here, unless they obviously can set up a strong crossfire here. But it's still very difficult if you've got a player coming out of a balcony or whatever. Then they're just going to get sandwiched without his help locking down one of these areas. So yeah, that's about it. That's about how Device AWPs Inferno and the different ways he does it. You saw the patterns and the way he takes, and hopefully the way I explained how he does it and why he does the stuff he does makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.